What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Animation Revaluation podcast. I am your host, Lizer, and with me, as always, is Jay. What's up, Jay?
Yeah.
We are missing one today, man. We're missing James. James is right now I think he's at work. So we're doing it a little earlier because we don't gotta wait for him. But but usually we have to wait for him, and
Okay.
he does his thing. He joins us, but today he's going to be watching Spooderman.
Yeah.
Gonna watch the new Spider-Man movie. So wish him the best on that. I've already seen it, so should like hit him up real quick before he goes in, like spoilers.
That's so mean.
Here's what you get for missing the podcast.
That's so mean.
So it's back to the core to you and I, sir.
Yes, sir.
And as luck would have it, it was actually your turn this week. So if you want to just jump in and let us know what we got going on.
All right. So for this past week, we watched The Helpful Fox Senko-San. And just like a little bit of like, I guess, history, say the least, because it's definitely not something like super recent, but I still think it's relatively new. With for one, the manga being by Rimukoro. Anime series is directed by Tomoaki Koshida at Studio Doga. I think it's Doga Kobo. I think that was the right studio. I could be wrong.
I have no idea. I couldn't even help you if I wanted to.
I know. It's fine. I'm pretty sure I'm right. And with the writing being done by Yoshiko Nakamura, designs done by Miwa Oshima, and the music by Yoshiaki Fujisawa.
All right.
Yeah.
Look at you doing research, man.
I know, right? I felt like the last couple times I've done, I thought I'd step it up this time at least a little bit. So, with the series first being announced on December 2nd, 2018, it then premiered in Japan on April 10th of 2019. So this is relatively still new. I don't remember what I was doing when this came out. I just know it did, and I was like, oh.
Yes.
But to really jump into the thick of it, our main character, I believe his name is Kuroda Nakano. So I'm still not good with names. But I know I'm not wrong, because Nakano means it's a very memorable name.
Really? Why?
Huh? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. But he is your typical, I call it, what is it? It's like a blue collar job. I think. But he does some kind of coding. I believe it's C++ too. I think it's shown for like a couple of scenes where it's just like
pick it up off of that.
Yeah.
Freaking nerd.
Listen, just because I can't learn it doesn't mean I don't have to be educated about it. Alright. And he was about to head home, actually, after a long day's work. But he ends up having to stay at work longer because one of his coworkers, and I think there was a group of them, and they were working on a project that didn't work too well, and it, in quotation marks, got completely messed up. So they needed Nakano's help to fix it, and that caused him to stay maybe a little longer than what he would normally do. But
I wouldn't even say a little. I feel like he was probably there for a while.
it did show for like it was that this is where he missed like the train, right?
Yeah,
It's like the last train.
I
Yeah.
believe so. But not only that, like they're like, "Hey, can you help us with this?" And then they
And he ends
didn't.
up doing, yeah, they just left. So that's just painful, dude. But then I think as he's like, I guess on his way home, it cuts to like, don't know where. It's just not, just a different like plane of existence.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like there's three people basically spying on him, or I wouldn't even say spying. It's more of just like scrying in on him by three kitsune gods, like fox gods out here. But ooh, that hurt. I don't know. There is the is this brown or blonde? Because I'm just dumb. I don't know colors. So that's already bad. I'll leave it as gold. Right, there are three. I think it's like one with purple hair, one with white hair, and one with golden hair. And the golden hair one was like, you know, I can see the darkness around him, and I think it's up to me to fix that. And so, however long it took her to even fucking get to his house, she got there, cooked them a meal, got a bath ready, and Nakano opens his door, sees her, and she's just immediately just like, "Welcome home. You must have had like a fucking long day." And he's like, "Sorry, wrong apartment." Closes the door, looks back at the nameplate in the front of the door. He's like, "Wait a minute, I fucking live here." Then opens it
Hold
again.
on a second.
Wait a minute.
Who are you?
And he opens the door again, and she once again hits him with the bit of, "Welcome home. You must be exhausted. I've made dinner." I was just like, where can I find this at?
Yeah, like don't question it, bro. Just take it.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Those are things usually let you question in a sane mind.
No, we don't do that here.
No, not here. But he ends up coming in, and he's still like addressing like, this is weird, because it's like, because the first thing he notices, it's not even that it's a complete stranger in his house, but it's the fox ears and the tail that like really catches his attention. He's just like, yeah, he has a nice long thought process about it, and it's like, thank you, but you gotta go. And like he picks her up. I thought that shit was so cute. He just picks her up, walks to the door, and sits her down, and it's just like all in one motion, no like hesitation, no nothing. And she's like, "Are you gonna at least eat, like, the food that I made for you first?" And he's like, "I'm kind of tired. I'm not gonna eat." And she hits him with the big old puppy dog eyes while she grabs the food and is about to pour it out. And he's just like, "Son of a bitch."
I'm in.
Power 50. Yeah. And essentially gets I know. Like they sit down and have like dinner.
This is like the first time he's had a home cooked meal in
Like
God
a
knows
home cooked
how
meal in
long.
so long.
He usually just
And-
stops at like the convenience store and just picks up something.
Yeah. And she starts introducing herself as they're like eating dinner, and she's like, "My name is Senko. I'm an 800-year-old servant of the gods,
She's legal.
a demigod fox." And he's just like, "What?" It's like, "But you look like a child." It's like, "You're like 12." His words, not ours. But he was like, you know. But he stopped questioning it after a little bit because good food and I guess the like eternal. I wouldn't say eternal, but like for the time being of being pampered by a fox demigod. And it's like they share tea, and something that he notices in like the in his tea that gives him a flashback to him staying like his childhood with his grandmother, who is no longer like with him. And like he immediately like recognizes what kind of tea it is. I was just like, at this point I was just like, wow, okay, this is not just like any like random encounter.
I didn't even realize it was him recognizing the tea. I thought it was the whole like the tea leaf thing sticking up. It's supposed to be good luck.
Oh, the stalk in the tea. Yeah,
So
it was that, but he also like realized what kind of tea it was.
I didn't even pick up on that.
Yeah.
I was just focused on the stalk. It's like, oh, cool, good luck. Nice.
Nice. And essentially, I don't know. The best part of this episode is, you know, men only want one thing, and
I had a
it's
moment
fucking
just now. I was like, wait, what? We watched the same anime.
I don't know what you watched, but essentially, Nakano wants one request before anything else can like continue, and he wanted to touch her tail. And honestly, I'm kind of with them on this one.
Yeah,
that shit's soft as hell.
Yeah.
It's just like, do we get away with that? I think we do.
Is that legal? Is that allowed?
Is that a lot? Yeah. But it was very uncomfortable, at least for her. But Nakano fucking enjoyed it. I don't think she's ever been had her tail touched before.
Yeah, she said like nobody's ever requested that before. He was just all in. He's like, please, I want to shove my face in it. Let me simp for your tail, fox mommy.
Oh no. And it essentially it happens, and he basically just thanks her for it, and she's like, hey, you look really tired, should like take a quick nap, or like lay your head in my lap real quick. And he does so. She starts rubbing his head, and he gets another flashback. And this flashback in particular is him being lost. Like, I think he got lost in the shrine with his grandmother, or
Yeah.
he got lost. He got separated from his grandmother on the shrine grounds, and a shadowy figure helped him get back to his grandmother. It just so happened that the shadowy figure had fox ears, or like animalistic ears. Might have been the same voice. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm deaf. I can't tell.
But he wakes up and remembers this dream that he had, and was just like, he starts kind of putting one and one together, and they end up getting ready for bed and whatnot, and you can clearly see that like Nakano looks like completely different from like very like first frame of the anime to maybe towards the end of the first episode, like refreshed, and even he says his body feels so much lighter.
There's also the visual cue that they show us with like the darkness.
Yeah,
Like lights up and fades away.
it's like in layers.
Yeah.
Like over his shoulders. It's like the weight of something, I would think.
Mm.
And
like,
he
just sprinkles away.
Yeah. And then he makes the request. He's like, "Hey, can I touch your tail again?" And she's like, "Once a day."
Be gone.
Go to bed.
Jesus, boy.
But that's where the first episode ends, really. And the next few, we get introduced to a couple more characters, actually.
Oh yeah, like who?
Like forgot her name already. I get it here. Hold on. It'll come to me.
The neighbor?
Yeah. So Koenji. I like to please. Yeah. Yasuko Koenji. Or Yasuko. But I think this is the most awkward way to kind of meet a character, to be honest. Why? That's not her. Put the right picture.
It's like he's gonna say something eventually.
There we go.
Oh, she got the Adidas drip.
I know, it's funny because the last like syllable of her last name and the first syllable of her first name. Crazy.
I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
What does that have to do with K-san?
Anyways. Yasuko Koenji, as you just hear like the entire time for the most part.
Yeah, Yasuko Koenji. Go on, man. They were making noise. She bust out the door like, "Good morning, motherfuckers."
You need to leave. But she is Nakano's next door neighbor, and she does a lot of drawing as well as being a student. And one morning, I think it's a morning, or it might be midday, if anything, Nakano and Senko are being loud in the next like apartment over, and I had assumed that the walls are very fucking thin. And she goes over to like knock on the door to get them to shut the fuck up and keep it down. But Senko ends up screaming. She fucking busts the door down, and she's like, and she sees Nakano like praying over Senko, and he's like, I'm calling the cops.
So let's be clear about what's happening here, okay? Especially with the way you worded that just now. He's just trying to fluff her tail again. He has no ill intent towards the 800-year-old fox deity that looks like a child. But she sees this grown man and what looks to be a child. She's like, alright, 911, 119.
119.
I need help.
And it like goes through like a whole like I'd say a comedy bit of like him getting arrested, his coworkers like, nah, I never saw this coming. And like the police go to like his mom's house and it's like,
we're sorry for what our son did.
She's like publicly apologizing. And let's just say they explain a bit to her like what's going on and persuades her to not call the cops in exchange for some food. Some really good food at that.
Yeah.
And she's like, so who are you? And it's really weird because, you know, looking at Koenji at like her like room, it's messy as fuck.
She's supposed to be like generic otaku.
Yeah, like my work is me drawing and I'm also a student at the same time. But there's like fucking cup noodles everywhere. There's like takeout. So it's a little neater than you would think though.
Doesn't she like, yeah, at first she thinks Senko is like cosplaying.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Yoko-san.
Yeah, little Yoko.
Oh man.
That's not a real Tanuki, I'm telling you. It's not a real Tanuki unless it has big nuts, bro. I don't care what rating your show has, you give the Tanuki its nuts. Otherwise it's just a raccoon.
Okay.
But yeah, she thinks she's cosplaying her. She has her do like the pose and everything and do the cone thing that she's doing. And Senko just doesn't know what the fuck is happening. It's like, I mean, I guess.
But but after like that, Nakano ends up going to work, gets chewed out at work. Pretty for the most part. Senko does some cleaning around the house.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know like how the equipment works, right?
Yeah, she doesn't know how household appliances work.
Cause like to cook, she uses foxfire on the stove, so she doesn't know how a gas oven works. She's scared of the vacuum cleaner, like all cats and dogs would be. She uses the TV remote to try to turn off and on the AC.
Everything just starts getting fucking loud. She's just not okay.
And the power shuts off, like the breaker tripped. She's just like in the corner of the room in the dark. Just
she has her moment of no, I'm not like good enough.
Boomer.
Take that back.
She's a boomer, fox. Come on, admit it. She's a boomer.
At 800, yeah.
It's the fucking cutest boomer I've ever seen.
But it actually just, I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary that really happens outside of, you know, meeting other characters, and
Well,
because it
we
just
only
seems like
really outside of like Nakano and Senko, we only meet
one more
Koenji
character.
and one more.
Yeah.
Want to go ahead and just introduce her now?
Yeah. We meet Shiro. I don't. I know that that Shiro and Senko work together. Like they've been friends for a very long time. And the whole reason that she ends up coming to Nakano's place is because she thinks that Senko isn't like fit enough to continue what she's doing because she doesn't know how everything works. But you know, Shiro at first glance is like very extremely laid back, and like to the point where she's just fucking lazy.
She's that type of character where she's extremely lazy until you're like, well, someone else can do it better. She's like, how dare you say someone else is better than me?
Yeah.
And then she'll like go all out, but to the point where she'll like fuck it up. Like, she doesn't think about the consequences of her actions.
Yeah, she just does.
like he tried to fluff her tail, so she like phases through the wall into Koenji's apartment and meets face to face with this person she's not supposed to reveal her identity to. She just used magic in front of them and just like, oh hey, what's up, and walks out the front door. It's like, huh?
Oh, man.
Meanwhile, saying she's such a great deity and she's like of royal lineage, that's why her hair is pure white.
Yeah. I think I brought up something about the eyebrows, the overcut eyebrows.
Oh yeah, that's a symbolic of
royalty,
royal blood,
or
yeah.
nobility.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, oh.
Meanwhile, she's just a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But her episode is the last one, right? Or is there one more?
Nah, she's in 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
You
not
meet her in 5.
like the first 5 of this show. It's not much happening, but this isn't the type of show where you expect much to happen. It's just a comfy show dealing with like a dude who possibly has like depression due to, you know, his work environment, and this fox deity
Missing his
who's,
Mima.
like, yeah, missing his Mima, and this fox deity is coming to look over him. It's just really cute, really comfy, wholesome vibes all the way around. Let's see, I have. Oh,
Is there anything that I missed?
not, we didn't miss anything, but I guess they kind of showed her, so I'll just put her up here. Yozora. It's the fox mommy.
She is she leads both Senko and Shiro.
I bow. I bow my head, bro. I bow my head.
On your knees, peasant.
Immediately, please. Yes. Okay.
Don't see her. We don't know much about her, but we see her a few times. Whether it's her giving advice or just the temporary gazing, observing.
Yeah.
Senko.
Within the first 5, we see her what, like once or twice?
See her like twice.
Yeah, and that's it. They never even mention her name, I think. But
in the first 5, no.
Yeah, but like
later on.
Have you read the manga?
I haven't read it to completion.
I haven't read it to completion, but I've read decently far.
I haven't read that far.
I know enough about her to know that she's, I wouldn't say she's at least as far as I am like critical to the story, but she does help a lot. and I do like her a lot. I like her personality a lot. I will say, if anyone likes this character design, if you like a character that looks like this and is also kind of a tease, there you go. Once again, I bow my head. Honestly, I would continue watching the show. Like, if this was like not having any history of this series at all, I would continue watching just to see that character, just from the glimpse that they gave us, because I was like, Booba. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like a perfect pick because, you know, I've been sick all week, so it was just like a comfort thing to just chill and watch that, like not worry about anything. I have previous history with it, obviously. As I said, I've read the manga. I remember when they announced the anime, and I kind of just like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna let it go through and I'm gonna watch the whole thing, and then I just kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Just like, you know, shame on me for that. And you brought it up and I was like, oh, yes. Now's my chance.
You get to see everything.
Like, reading it was great, but then actually seeing it in person is like, yes. I think if I had to give it a rating out of 10, for pure comfort story, it's a 10 out of 10. Honestly, I can just put it on anytime and just chill and like feel fine. For like story purposes, first 5, I'd probably say, you know, 6, because it's not much story happening in the first 5. But knowing the overarching plot that happens later on, I'd say it's probably like an 8. Like an 8 or a 9 for me. How about you?
So even just like the comfort, like I picked this because I wanted something like really comfortable. I just really like the vibes. And this is like I told you, when we started watching this, I literally got in my chair with my blanket and was just wrapped up in the blanket, just calm.
My guy just became a mood.
Like, this is one of those animes for me that I can just watch at any time and just be fine. I had a shit day, I get to watch this. Fuck it. But don't close your eyes while watching this.
No, absolutely not. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, like, especially if you're trying to keep it wholesome, don't. If you're alright with like looting the cute foxes, sure, do whatever you want. But like some of the noises they make in some of these situations, it's like, what are you? You're reaching for something on the top shelf. Why are you going like let's get that? Like, what is happening here?
This is why you don't watch. Like, oh, this part. I love this. When that scene happened, I was just like,
it's like they did the thing. It's just so cute, man. It's like you're having a bad day. This will put a smile on your face.
Oh yeah.
What's your
overall
rating?
Rate it? I give it a 9. Like, even with the lack of story, I'm cool with just meeting characters and just watching them interact.
Yeah.
That's what I'm a big sucker for character and character design.
There's something about, like, you know, a lot of people say like the anime where like nothing happens. It's just like characters just interacting with each other, and you get a peek into like the daily lives of these characters. There's just something about that like it gets kind of addicting. I mean, it doesn't even have to be anime. Look at how freaking popular like something like Seinfeld to go like back in the day.
No, yeah.
They literally said it's a show about nothing. You watch it, like, what was it about? Just, I don't know. It's about people doing stuff every day of their lives. All right. It's one of the, like, they still play it to this day, nonstop. There's just something about that genre, and then this adds like the comfort and everything. It's like, oh, it's just perfect. Like I want it to be raining one day, and I want like hot chocolate, and just wrap up in a blanket and just watch like the whole season. And then when certain other characters named Yozora come out, lock my door, put the headphones on.
Understandable.
I'm gonna sweat this COVID out of me. So I assume you would continue watching this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would too. Now obviously James isn't here, but he did give me some insight on what he thought, because he did watch it.
Okay.
And so you know how last week he was like, oh yeah, the comfort things aren't really my style, I'm more into like the action stuff. He kind of took a step back this time. He actually enjoyed this a lot. He said it was very comfy. And he said, and I quote, "It put me in touch with my inner furry," and I'm not sure how I feel about that. and then he sent me like a GIF, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
It's like, all right, James, you do you, man.
Yeah, we don't judge here.
Yeah. I mean, we do. Especially when it comes to James. But he also gave me his pick for the next week. So is there anything you want to like say or bring up about this before we get into that?
No, just go watch it.
Now.
Experience the comfy.
Go watch it right now. If you're watching the VOD, pause. Watch the season.
Go watch it right now. I see you in 6 hours.
Yeah. I'll be waiting. All right. So if we can just get right into it, what do you think he would have picked for like this time of the season?
Well, something like Christmas related, I'd hope.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, "What's up, Danger?"
Nice.
Yeah. Elf November, say less. Enjoy. Yeah, so we're gonna be watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse for next week. Now, I've already seen this. I'm sure you've already seen it. And I know damn well James has already seen it. Well, who cares? We're gonna watch it anyway.
Yes, sir.
Like, No Way Home just premiered. We saw that. Let's just stay in the Spider-Man mood, you know?
Yeah.
Quick spoil No Way Home. At exactly 3 hours in, Peter flashes his dick. Is the movie 3 hours long? How long is the movie? It's like 2.5. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was like 2:15, 2:30.
Anyway, be back for this because this is actually something I really did enjoy, and you know they're finally putting out previews for the sequel, so I'm kind of excited to talk about it. So yeah. Good on you, James. I'll say that now because you're not here. Good on you for picking this. If you were here, I would have said, "Oh man, we've seen this already. This is boring." But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hope if anyone watched the show along with us, hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't,
go watch it right now.
Yeah, go watch it right now. We're putting in we're embedding your internet right now. We'll be able to track it. We can see exactly how many episodes you watched. Don't even skip the intro. And we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
See you later.